you have to destroy before you can rebuild. Sometimes in life, you have to scrap everything down to the bare bones foundation before you can start anew. We're gonna get into that in this video. Detox Diaries, episode 5. You hear me? So as you may have noticed, I am bald. Interesting, right? Had this full head of hair, full head of locks, and decided to cut it. It's a couple reasons behind me cutting my hair, but I say the main reason is healing, detoxification, and health purposes. I'm dealing with some scalp acne, so the only way for me to really get to the root cause of that is to have my hair shaven off and start my regimen to get to that, along with the detox, the herbs, the fruits, so on and so forth. So that was one of the reasons. And I was very disappointed in the beginning. I'm not going to front. I'm not going to say that I wasn't. I was disappointed. The thing about it is, though, on my journey, everything that I may have felt like is being taken away from me is just revealing to me what God's master plan is. Man makes plans and God laughs. Allah, Elohim, Yeshua, Yahweh, God, the Most High, the universe, whatever you name it, the supreme being in creation for all things has designed a plan for all of us. And though we may have the best intentions and orchestrated things in our mind, how we feel like they should be fashioned in life, only the creator of all things knows what that true plan is. And with that being said, this is a journey now that I'm having to go on to learn that I am not my hair. I am not, these things that I want to identify myself with. And that God is breaking things down to the bare bones in my life so that I can rebuild on a healthy foundation, essentially. Because what I've constantly been trying to do is rebuild on a faulty structure. Sometimes you can add special additions to a building and, remodel it, remake it. But sometimes you just have to scrap everything that's a part of your project and start over. And a lot of the things that have been happening in my life that are out of my control, what I've been starting to realize is that's what God's been doing. And I can try to fight it, but it's only going to delay the inevitable. So I'm ready to embark on this journey. And a part of that is me healing from the core. Even my workout plan, I wanted to be in the gym doing calisthenics. What my spirit has told me, what God has told me is step away from that. Heal your body by doing yoga. Heal your body by stretching. Heal your body by doing mobility training. There's so many aches and pains and injuries and bumps and bruises that I have acquired over the years as a high performing athlete. I've been wrestling since I was 7 years old. I've been boxing since I was 12. I've been doing jiu-jitsu since I was about 10. Gracie jiu-jitsu since I was 10. Football since I was about 10 years old too. All these things have created a lot of bumps, bruises, injuries, and ailments that I've never really truly sat down from and started to heal my body. And over the course of time, it's caught up to me. It's caught up to me in such a manner where I've even had to get surgery. And it's caught up to me even in the way that some people say you store stress, and I believe this may have been scientifically proven, on your body. Physical stress and mental stress. A lot of the changes that are happening to me, I don't believe are just as a result of the trauma that my body has been through. But that is a large part of the contributing factor, along with mental trauma that I have experienced over the years that I've stored in certain parts of my body, which has caused me to lose a lot of mobility and flexibility and movement. When we talk about scrapping the foundation, the way that I look at things is we are starting from the ground up, meaning can you even have a functional movement pattern before you start to incorporate putting muscle on your foundation? And if I'm being quite frank, I cannot sit crisscross applesauce. I cannot sit, I don't know what the pose is called, but basically it's like where your heels touch your butt. I can't do a lot of those things. It's painful for me to sit on the floor. I have a lot of back aches. My shoulder still hurts from time to time. And I want to put lean muscle mass on this foundation. But when I really think about it and I really talk to God, is that what I should be doing? You know, if we're really, truly going to heal ourselves, and this is the conversation I was having myself, if I'm really going to have to truly heal myself, I have to start from the beginning. Functional movement patterns, cardio, and core. That's it. The next phase after that will be legs, because your legs got to take you everywhere. The next phase after that, then I can start to incorporate compound movements, body weight. Then after I master body weight, I can incorporate compound movements, weightlifting. After I master that, then I can do accessory work. But this is a journey for health and wellness. So if I'm going to do the thing, I got to go all the way in. I know the time limit that I put for the detox and stuff was 60 days, but truly it's going to be more than 60 days that I'm going to continue to have to heal myself when it comes to my flexibility, when it comes to my mental health, when it comes to my skin issues, inflammation, aches, pains, all sorts of stuff. So I'm starting from the beginning. My new routine as of today, fitness-wise, will no longer consist of a lot of strength and conditioning calisthenics workouts. From now on, it will consist of a foundation of flexibility, mobility, yoga, moving up the pyramid. It'll incorporate a lot of cardio and core, and that'll be my main focus. And I may have one day a week that I do legs. I'm leaning on the fence for that. But all this aesthetics really doesn't matter if I don't have the proper mobility and my insides aren't healthy. So moving on from just the fitness aspect, now talking about the actual health aspect, there will be a lot of days that I'm fasted. There will be a lot of days where it's just 2 gallons of spring water and lime and ginger and so on and so forth. I actually earlier this week fasted for 2 days because I had a slip up. Yes, y'all, I had a slip up. I had celebrated a conditional job offer I got, and I decided to get some Ethiopian food and stuff like that. I don't regret it. I feel like it's getting me closer to what I should be doing, because after you take those first few bites, you kind of look back and you be like, is it really worth it? So next time when those same cravings come about, I'll know how it feels on the other side of things. One of my other favorite quotes, and I got like a bag of quotes y'all are always hear, is if I quit now, I'll be back where I started. And when I started, I so badly wanted to be where I am now. And that's how I felt when I had a cheat day on my detox. Of course, it was all vegan, but this was a commitment that I made to myself. And the only way that I can have integrity and honor and even have the confidence in myself is keeping promises to self. So I am going to continue to move forward and keep that promise to self. Even though it may be difficult, even though things may pop up where I may want to find an excuse or it may be temptation on the plate. But with that being said, incorporating fasting, herbal regimens. I've been doing a dandelion, nettle, and burdock root. But I'm about to change that up pretty soon, and it's going to be sour spirilla. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Yellow dock and burdock root. Those will be some of the newer herbs that I'm incorporating. I know all these herbs I can't take for not every herb I can take for an extended period of time. So I may only take those for 2 to 3 weeks and then switch it up again. But this is just a wellness journey in general. Every single day, this is growing to something new. And I'm having to shed the layers of myself of who I think I am and how I identify and become what I really need to be purposefully and the way that God destined me to be as a man. So I'm continuing that. And it's quite challenging. It's not something that is so easy. You know, there is a certain look I want to maintain and a way that I feel aesthetically makes me feel handsome and how I want to be perceived by the world. But it makes no sense if at my core, I'm not truly healthy, which contributed to why I'm changing my workout regime, which contributed why I'm making some different choices as far as career, which contributed why I'm changing even me having to cut my hair. And, you know, partly that was due to scalp acne, but also I just have to start from a fresh foundation. New set of locks, new set of energy, fresh skin, no more ailments. Even with my hands for the past few years, something that has kind of got on my nerves is I've dealt with like white nails. And it's called leukopenia or something like that. Of course, regular doctors are going to say shit like, oh, this can't be healed, that can't, or we don't know. If it's not profitable, they don't have a drug to push upon you. But I wasn't born with none of these things. So I know all things can be healed. I just have to discover it out for myself instead of trying to go the pharmaceutical route because they can't make no money off of me. So it's a lot of different things. Like I said, I want to heal, continue to get more blood panels, really see the intricacies of what's going on inside of my endocrine system, my hormones, my, you know, different systems within the body, and just heal from the ground up. And I'm not regretting this so much. It is an adjustment, but I'm not regretting this because I know when I get to that point where I'm like, okay, I have the look that I want. My locks are at a good length. My skin is clear. I know internally I'm healthy. I can perform in the gym how I want to. I won't be super sore. I have the mental clarity I want. Even I know my finances will even improve. You know, I haven't gone much into my whole finance status on the detox, but even detoxifying my relationship that I have with money is going to be so powerful for me. You know, I don't have the healthiest relationship with money, and I think a lot of us don't. We get a little bit of cash and it burns a hole in our pocket. But me becoming more financially savvy, you know, even my network and socialization skills, not to say I'm bad at socializing, but I've been a hermit for some years now, learning how to truly love self. You feel me? These are the things that I'm embarking on, and I'm having to release old ways, which sometimes can be challenging. And you get these constant tests where you have to revisit your old self and look the man or the woman in the mirror at times and say that it's not me, and I rebuke that former self. Sometimes we pick up these bad habits because we were in certain states where we needed to develop that habit because that habitual state of toxicity we were in was a form of protection. But now how I'm choosing to protect myself is to open up, is to be vulnerable, is to shed light on my quote unquote demons and to heal, essentially. Turning these demons into angels, purifying them, cleansing myself, purging anything that is not supposed to be within my being. And it can be a challenge, again, because there's a lot of things as the social creatures that we are, being human beings, where we want to fit in. But, you know, sometimes you have to fit out to fit in. And I'm going to let that marinate. Sometimes you got to fit out to fit in. And at this time, I'm taking a sabbatical and renouncing the things that I formerly did to elevate and become somebody new. I cannot elevate to my new self by holding on to old traditions. Therefore, I have to shed those layers yet again. And, you know, I'm just being vulnerable and transparent with y'all for real. I don't claim to be no guru. I'm not into no gypsy, mystical, woody, 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 whoop. I don't even know what you want to call it. I'm just a young man trying to figure things out. And sometimes you got to make adjustments on your journey, long story short. So I'm making those adjustments as I go. And this was one of those adjustments. I'm hoping that I covered everything in this video. And when I don't press this end button, nothing else comes to mind. But this is where I'm at. So just to recap in closing, the workouts are going to change, more focused on yoga, flexibility, mobility, core and cardio, a lot of sweating. That's one of the best ways to detox, is to sweat. And that's the workout realm. But as far as the detox goes, continuing with the fruits, strict, having days where I just fast and do herbs. Being okay with that hunger, incorporating meditation to handle my hunger cravings, incorporating long stints of semen retention, because you can't keep giving up your nutrients and busting nuts and expecting to heal, fellas. We need these things to repair our cells and our DNA and so on and so forth. That's very important. Incorporating cold showers, going in the sauna, you know. I knew I was forgetting something. I've even decided to do a career change so that I can take time to sit down and truly heal. Because being in this rat race of life and trying to make money every single day and work doesn't allow us to truly heal. So I'm changing careers as well. And that'll be something I'll speak about in upcoming videos. But just a total transformation. I don't really have a name for it, but I do want to name it something eventually so I can make this into a series and bring you on my journey. But just know, this is the move forward. You hear me? And that's in honor of my late great brother, Carlos Rivas. He just transitioned out of this world a couple weeks ago. Believe it or not, I never met him personally. We had a conversation maybe once in the DMs. He was introduced to me through a mentor of mine, and he was an amazing man. And he had a podcast called The Move Forward. So maybe we'll call this movement The Move Forward. But I'm gonna let it marinate for a little bit before I officially call it that. But I just wanted to honor my brother, man. Shout out to Carlos. And I don't want to say rest in peace or rest in paradise. Let's say play in paradise, brother. We love you. Much love. So with that being said, this is The Move Forward. And we're going to keep doing what we do. And the glare that's coming in my camera ain't going to stop shit. I just got done with a 2.5 mile run. We're going to go in the house and get some nice flexibility and stretching in. We're going to hit this skincare routine. And we're going to get our 8 hours of sleep tonight. And we're going to continue to love ourselves. And we're going to continue to grow. And if you tuned in this long, family, I really, truly appreciate you. I love you. I want to say thank you. I want to say like, comment, subscribe, slap the algorithm, and let's get to it. And with that being said, peace and love.